Why can Blackbeard possess two devil fruits? Let's put that question aside for now, as there's a more important matter. How was Blackbeard able to extract the Gura Gura no Mi from Whitebeard's body immediately after his death? I want you to pay attention to Smiley, a poisonous gas on Punk hazard created by the explosion there. Caesar Clown condensed this gas and gave it the Sara Sara no Mi model, Axolotl devil fruit to use. In chapters 675 and 676, Smiley ate a candy that Caesar brought with the intention of killing it to turn it back into poisonous gas for a massacre. Look closely at how the Sara devil fruit reincarnates. Its soul sought out a nearby fruit to be reborn, returning to its original devil fruit form. But it was an apple, not just any fruit. So why was it an apple? Apples are a very special fruit in nature and bring about a rebirth related to natural devil fruits. When Caesar created the smile fruits, he used the sad compound introduced into the orchard. Notice this orchard, it's apple trees, absorbing the sad nutrients through their roots. But these apple trees need light for photosynthesis, a tremendous amount of light to successfully form an artificial devil fruit. The sunflower garden acts as artificial suns, emitting weak rays that are not enough, leading to only a 10% success rate. As a result, the successful devil fruits are failed products of nature, lacking the ability to transform into zoan forms like animal hosts and hybrids. Smile fruit eaters will always exist permanently in a hybrid state. Naturally, their souls are divided into two parts, or just one part. One part owns the devil fruit, the other part belongs to the animal form. These two soul forms compete for control of each other's bodies, and conflicts often occur. A prime example is Hold'em of the Beast Pirates. He ate a lion's smile fruit, and the personalities of the two parts of his body are completely different, conflicting in decisions. Even so, some smile fruits only exist in one human soul, but the body is always in hybrid form, like Speed. Overall, smiles are extremely flawed products, failed apples due to Caesar's imperfect devil fruit creation process. Completely different from Vegapunk's method of creating devil fruits. Look at Vegapunk's artificial devil fruit. The image from that fruit is still just an apple. The patterns on this apple are identical to the smile that Caesar used to create, only different in the color of the artificial fruit. If compared to the original form of the Uo no Mi fruit that author Oda revealed, its shape looks amazing with dragon scales along with beautiful spirals. It has two purple stalks, not an apple. Have you discovered anything from this yet? Both Caesar and Vegapunk are scientists who have researched devil fruits extensively, but the type of fruit they use to create artificial ones is apples. There is something extremely special in the rest of One Piece that author Oda has never revealed. It is applied by science to create devil fruits. The transformation of artificial devil fruits through apples is only in the spots on the body of the fruit and its color. Even so, they still retain the original shape of the apple and do not transform into a natural-looking fruit. The artificial Uo fruit that Momonosuke ate gave him a more perfect transformation than all other devil fruits, the artificial devil fruits that Caesar created, helping Momo turn into a tiny dragon. After 20 years, it has become a mature Asian dragon, with skills similar to the original form of Kaido's dragon. But Vegapunk has stated it is a failed product, not perfect when the color is not similar to Kaido's dragon. Look again at Dr. Vegapunk's head. It's a cut apple attached to his brain, again an apple, to the point that Luffy was extremely impressed with this head and called Vegapunk the Old Apple Man, in his own style. Vegapunk is also eating a devil fruit called Nomi Nomi, which is a fruit that amplifies brain memory, but its side effect is that it will make Vegapunk's head abnormally large based on the amount of knowledge absorbed. And as seen in his youth when meeting Dragon in O'Hara, Vegapunk's head had grown much larger based on his intelligence. At this time Vegapunk was already working for the government, but then he went to Elbaf to absorb the enormous amount of knowledge transferred from the O'Hara library. Think about whether Vegapunk can move with his brain with that amount of knowledge or not. Certainly not. That's why he researched and created a method of converting devil fruit abilities, separating it from his body to transfer to Punk Record, where all the information from his brain is stored. Now Vegapunk and Punk Record are two separate parts that have nothing to do with each other anymore. Based on the details that the five elders gave to the assassin to eliminate Vegapunk, it's enough to understand that Egghead is an island where they invested a lot of resources. They can eliminate Vegapunk to destroy all those assets, when it's connected to Vegapunk's life, showing that even if Vegapunk dies, it won't affect Egghead. Punk Record still exists with the stored information inside, meaning this devil fruit will not be reborn. So hasn't Vegapunk completely separated the devil fruit from his body, no longer related to his original form? We can base this on the apple on his head, because it is what helps Vegapunk's brain separate from his head and replace it extremely safely, making Vegapunk's brain more compact, moving better instead of not being able to walk with an oversized head. The truth is that Vegapunk is a genius. With his inventions, he is researching devil fruits a lot, in which apples are an indispensable fruit, affecting the process of creating devil fruits or separating devil fruits from the body. Based on that, apples are something extremely special and closely related to devil fruits. So it seems we'll need another character who is also related to special devil fruits, especially Zoans, the girl Tama. Kurazumi Tama is a girl affected by Orochi and Kaido's rule. During this process, she accidentally ate a devil fruit called Kibby no Mi, which helps Tama create Kibby Dango to tame animals, along with successful smile fruit eaters. Smile fruits are based on animal genetics, but each person's body still has human will rather than being completely animal, but are still subdued by Tama's devil fruit, and until now it's unknown whether this devil fruit can subdue those who eat natural Zoan fruits or not, because it hasn't happened. But suppose in the past there were people who ate Zoan fruits and failed to awaken, leading to loss of control like the impelled down beasts, being invaded by animal will. Isn't this Kibby fruit a natural enemy? More precisely, the Kibby fruit is used to manipulate animals, including those who eat Zoan devil fruits, but the level of domestication must depend on the hockey level of the user of this Zoan. Why do I mention Tama? Tama is associated with the image of apples. She really likes to eat apples according to her Vivre card reveal. In addition, Tama also gives apples to many other people like Luffy or Speed, and based on this, is the shape of this Kibby fruit an apple or not, when Tama always eats apples throughout her appearance and not any other fruit. Maybe in hunger in the past, she ate an apple and accidentally possessed the ability of the Kibby devil fruit to tame animals. In other words, this Kibby fruit is like a method of affecting the souls of animals. Humans are also animals and are classified in the Zoan system with Chopper's Hito fruit. According to Revelations, devil fruits have their own souls and that soul will be reborn again in the world, entering a nearby fruit to form a new devil fruit. And apples are used to create devil fruits like Vegapunk or Caesar use. Even Smiley's devil fruit, the Seraph fruit which is a Zoan fruit, is also reborn inside a bag containing apples. People say it's a nearby fruit, but in fact it must be an apple, specifically an apple nearby. So we will consider Blackbeard. How did he take away the power of the Gura fruit in Marineford? If you look back at Doc Q when he first appeared as a member of the Blackbeard Pirates, carrying a basket of apples inviting Luffy to try, luckily Luffy didn't eat the poisoned apple. But that's not the issue. The issue here is that the Blackbeard Pirates always prepare apples for themselves throughout their journey, just like how Doc Q uses them to tease others, because it's the main item. Everyone knows that Blackbeard specializes in hunting powerful devil fruits all over the world, so preparing fruits inside to receive a reborn devil fruit in the basket when killing someone who ate a devil fruit. But why when Doc Q challenged Luffy, he didn't bring out any other fruit, but insisted on apples? Not stopping there, when Jesus Burgess appeared in Dressrosa, he carried a bag with a strange shape. It was not known what was contained inside. But he affirmed that if he couldn't get the Mara fruit from the arena, then he would just steal Luffy's devil fruit. This means he was very confident that when he stabbed Luffy to death, that Gomu fruit would come to his hands. So where would the Gomu fruit be reborn? Of course inside that bag. This bag must have contained some kind of fruit for the Gomu devil fruit to be reborn, as a backup plan when not obtaining the Mara fruit, and that bag contained nothing but apples. From the above revelations, when Blackbeard covered Whitebeard's body with a dark curtain, it seems that the old man had not yet breathed his last breath, and his body still stood firmly and nobly, with no resistance left. That black curtain was for Blackbeard to perform an act of finishing off the four emperors Whitebeard. And then he used an apple to prepare for the Gura devil fruit to be reborn inside the apple. It is the only method provided so far for a devil fruit soul to be reborn. There is no other method like the theories of eating the heart or absorbing power from the Yami fruit. Applying to Big Mom's theory, she unexpectedly ate Carmel's devil fruit. Big Mom is a glutton, able to eat anything that exists around in a hungry daze without missing anything. Suppose Carmel was eaten by Big Mom, then that devil fruit soul would be reborn outside instead of reincarnating into Big Mom's body. Don't forget this is a party, and there must be some apples around. Of course, the rebirth is immediate after Carmel's death, and Big Mom ate the devil fruit formed from that apple right away, to possess the power from the Soro Soro no Mi, which is obvious. I hope these revelations from me about the unique apple in One Piece will make you feel excited. As for why Blackbeard can eat that apple to possess two abilities at once, it seems we'll need to wait for the next video. Blackbeard never sleeps. This revelation has caused quite a discomfort. How can a normal person not sleep? It's completely unreasonable. Is he the only case in One Piece? He's not the only one. I want you to pay attention to Cavendish. He is a swordsman who fights even while sleeping in a state called Hakuba. So do Hakuba and Blackbeard have any connection with each other? Yes, I have found connections between these two identities. And it's no coincidence that author Oda introduced Cavendish with such a personality into One Piece. It aims to explain that Blackbeard is not the only one who doesn't sleep in One Piece, but there are a few others. I won't elaborate further to waste your time. Let's explore this issue together, the truth that Blackbeard never sleeps and extremely special revelations about this personality of his. In Chapter 965 we have the conversation between Buggy and Shanks. They are talking behind Teach's back while observing him for 3 days straight. Hey Shanks, do you see that guy with the hat? During the whole truce, he hasn't slept for days. Buggy added, I heard he never sleeps. Because Shanks wondered how that could be. If so, he would have twice as much time to play. But Buggy warned, it's not that simple, you idiot, he's a monster. This means Blackbeard has never slept in his entire life. He is truly a monster hiding his abilities throughout the time One Piece began. We have seen the change in Shanks' attitude towards Blackbeard through 2 stages. First, when he was young, during the 3-day battle between the Roger and Whitebeard crews, Shanks didn't pay attention to Teach and even naively thought, with the mind of a playful child, that a monster who doesn't sleep would have twice as much time to play wildly regardless of day or night. Second, when he grew up, the scar that Teach gave him on his eye was the thing that bothered him the most, acknowledging that Buggy's words were completely correct. Blackbeard is a monster that Shanks can no longer call by the name Teach, must call him by the nickname Blackbeard. This means that at some point Blackbeard had a fierce battle with Shanks. Everyone knows Shanks is extremely strong after Roger's era, becoming a Yonko at a very young age, and in this battle Shanks had seen the true power of the monster Blackbeard, causing him to get that scar, while Shanks himself did not leave any significant injuries on Blackbeard. At the Summit War, Blackbeard mocked Shanks about that scar, looking quite suitable for his face, while Shanks was very serious and didn't retort with any wound he had caused Blackbeard. Contrary to how he mocked Mihawk for not being able to defeat him, even though he only has one arm. My point here is that Shanks' attitude towards Blackbeard is completely different from other great characters, even Whitebeard. He was ready to fight the Yonko Whitebeard to stop Ace from catching Blackbeard, but did not directly find and eliminate Blackbeard, so we can understand the reason here is that his mysterious power is too great, to the point that recently Shanks tried to stop Blackbeard when he thought he was coming to Wano, but in the end it wasn't as he thought. A special attention to Blackbeard's power, the only one that makes Shanks worry. Blackbeard doesn't sleep, and his power is something that even the Yonko Shanks is wary of. He really is a monster, so where does this monster come from? So I think you should review Chapter 134, a chapter that appeared decades ago with a detail about people who never sleep. Specifically, Luffy asked Sanji about an issue. Hey, do you know, people from snowy lands don't sleep? Sanji was extremely surprised. Luffy continued, if they sleep, they will never wake up. Sanji asked Luffy if he heard that from Usopp's boastful mouth, then Luffy said he heard it in a bar. So why is their conversation related to people who never sleep? Is the purpose of this story for entertainment or to imply something else? When author Oda provided an image of Teach when he was very young, I dare say you will be extremely surprised when Blackbeard cried under the moonlight and what's at his feet? It's snow. Doesn't this reveal that Blackbeard originated from a snowy land where there are people who never sleep? Or is it to imply something else? Not stopping there, at Drum, Dalton mentioned the Blackbeard pirates with some unclear intention. Drum is the kingdom of snow, and I'm not implying that Blackbeard originated from Drum, but the first time he was mentioned was in the Snow Kingdom. Along with the data from Chapter 134 in Luffy and Sanji's conversation, it seems that Blackbeard originated from some Snow Kingdom, with the characteristic of not sleeping, and if he sleeps he will die. Even so, we have no basis to confirm, only sure of one thing is that throughout Blackbeard's life he never sleeps, and those who don't sleep are usually extremely strong with some mysterious ability. Remember the time when Blackbeard scarred Shanks was quite a long time before he fled from Whitebeard's ship with the Yami fruit. This means that at that time he had not eaten the darkness fruit and did not have power from the most evil Logia devil fruit. Shanks came to find Whitebeard when the scar had healed, so we can confirm this detail. So how strong is Blackbeard? Since appearing in many confrontations, Blackbeard has not shown his true self, like when fighting Shanks. At the bar, he competed with Luffy over personal preferences like two children over cherry pie, while he was 38 years old, a man arguing with a 17-year-old kid. Is that reasonable? This means that in some way of personality, Teach is still a kid. Right after leaving the bar he became strangely mature when mentioning that human dreams never die out, like a man who has experienced life and knows many things. Nami even thought he was a knowledgeable person and wanted to ask about the Sky Island, but Luffy and Zoro objected. Instead of calling him, we should call Blackbeard they, meaning there isn't just one Blackbeard but many Blackbeards. Or in other words, Blackbeard is a person with multiple personalities. Each personality will have a part of its own will to control and its own strength. When confronting Ace, he defeated Ace with the power of the Darkness Devil Fruit, not with the power that caused the scar on Shanks, because according to the scar trace, it was claws in his hand, but this Blackbeard didn't show how he used claws, didn't use the level in the battle with Shanks, because he took quite a few hits from Ace, showing pain before defeating Ace. When in Impel Down, Blackbeard was still at the level of someone who had fought Ace, being punched by Luffy and showing extreme pain before using the Yami fruit to suck in and punch Luffy back. What is the basis for saying Blackbeard has many personalities? It's the teeth. Here is a list of his appearances in different chapters. Sometimes the number of missing teeth is the same as in chapters 225 and 579. Sometimes the teeth are all even as in chapter 581. Chapters 579 and 581 are only 2 chapters apart. Author Oda is not stupid enough to turn Blackbeard into a clown losing teeth and growing back, then losing again without any explanation. As we've seen, just a slight color difference in Seraphim Kuma's hair, and Oda has already corrected that the Seraphim's hair color is white, not black as drawn. This proves that Blackbeard's teeth being present and absent are all intentional by author Oda, implying that Blackbeard has many people inside one body. So how do we know which Blackbeard is strong and which is weak? I haven't been able to figure this out yet, but every time he gets beaten up, it's the gap-toothed Blackbeard, so it seems missing teeth means weak and even teeth means strong. What do you think? Please comment right below this video. Not yet finished, we will consider another character similar to Blackbeard, a person with multiple personalities with vastly different strengths along with different personalities. Cavendish is a prince with a beautiful appearance, more than girls. His personality is extremely fond of fame and likes to be praised. He cannot refuse any request from fans. Considering it's similar to Blackbeard, who likes to eat cherry pie and is willing to argue with anyone to get that dish. But Cavendish has another personality called Hakuba, a personality with much greater strength than Cavendish. Hakuba appears when Cavendish sleeps, with divine speed, almost those with ordinary haki cannot see, and they call Hakuba the Wind Assassin, cutting people like the wind cuts. Hakuba took down Dellinger, a commander in the Don Quixote pirates, quick as a flash, very simply, even though Dellinger is very strong, and normal Cavendish alone would find it very difficult to take him down. This shows that when Cavendish changes personality, his strength has a very big difference. The Hakuba personality is much stronger. Let's apply this to Blackbeard. When he uses his other personality, he has had a different strength than the usual personality, and it may be the personality that caused Shanks to get the scar on his eye from a weapon that was claws. The huge difference in strength of personality is what helps a character become much stronger than usual. However, personality can be controlled and not out of control. Cavendish changes half his face to block the evil nature of Hakuba, stopping the action of harming Nico Robin. In chapter 795, after Luffy won against Doflamingo, the Hakuba personality appeared when Cavendish was sleeping, so he chained himself to prevent its bloodthirst. Until now, we still don't know if he can control the Hakuba personality or not. But through these details, we will compare Blackbeard's teeth and Cavendish's eyes. They are all expressions of the change in body personality. Instead of yellow and blue eye colors, Blackbeard loses teeth in many different positions. Sometimes he doesn't lose any teeth at all. At the same time, Cavendish also never sleeps, if considered in this way, because when he sleeps, the other personality, Hakuba, will wake up. The alternation makes people think that Cavendish never really sleeps. It's just a personality swap while he's napping. Blackbeard is the same. People see him not sleeping but only see those broken teeth changing positions. Usually few people pay attention to his teeth, so they don't care. But every time the personality changes, he either has monster strength or is an ordinary person who gets beaten up and is explained as never having slept. Blackbeard's true level is that he has completed controlling his personality, controlling and changing personality at will. Unlike Cavendish, letting personality control the body. Consider when Blackbeard is a fat guy, looking nothing like someone with strength. Unlike Shanks, Mihawk, or Luffy at present, who would think he's so strong that a high-level person like Shanks cares about his every move, right? A person cannot become king in One Piece based on intelligence alone, but also must rely on power ability. Because they need to fight and win the highest position with their own strength. The story of Blackbeard not sleeping is because he has personalities with great strength and perfect schemes. He is the most frightening character right now. Okay. That was all my analysis on the topic why Blackbeard doesn't sleep. I will make more videos. Please remember to subscribe to follow the channel.